What's up, y'all? We live.
Back again. But before we get started, I wanted to say that this podcast is sponsored by our friends at Sunshine Heating and Air. When your system is on the fritz and you need your AC service or replaced, Sunshine State Heating and Air Conditioning provide you with a free in-home consultation, and they're a 5-star rated business and have been servicing Palm Coast for close to a decade. The best part about choosing Sunshine State Heating and Air Conditioning is that they guarantee their work, whether you get a new system or join their annual performance maintenance club. You get a peace of mind with your investment. Their guarantees range from a full 100% satisfaction guarantee to a lifetime warranty on parts and repairs. And that's a good. Give them a call today and schedule your free in-home consultation, request service, or speak directly with their amazing customer success team. And their phone number is 386-627-5500. That's 386-627-5500.
That was really good.
Thanks. Maybe better than last time?
A lot better.
Good.
My boy.
The volume of the voice up to your liking?
Hey, I'm saying, I think we're really getting this thing together here.
Alright. Well, this is episode 10, so there should be a bit of improvement. You know, we're not professional TV personalities.
Yes, we are.
Yet. Are we? Well, I guess somehow we do get some sponsors, so that technically does make us professional.
Yeah. And then the guy today was like, well, this is your guy's profession. And I was like, you know what, sir? You're right. It is.
He did say that.
And I was like, thanks, man.
Yeah, at the food review.
Mm-hmm.
So those are going well.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it, man. Food reviews has kind of been a big thing since we started doing this last.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of taken off, and if I can be honest about something, it's kind of made me a little bit sad, and not in a bad way, but like, I like the podcast more than the food reviews. And not that there's anything wrong with the food reviews, but I'm just like a podcast type person, and I wish our podcasts were taking off like our food reviews were. But it's okay, it's gonna get there.
I feel like with our podcast though, like, you know, we're trying to be very like local and not local, so it's kind of a weird like niche thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes it a little harder to just come on here and like, you know, some like larger podcasts come on and just talk about whatever.
I feel
Because
that.
we're really trying to do a local focus as much as we can, even though people really say like. Some people have said like, you know, the local stuff is kind of like a little boring, but this is Flagler Weekly though, so
Right.
we kind of got to talk about it.
We definitely have to. So yeah, with our food reviews so far, we've done Rocky's Pizzeria,
Mm-hmm.
we've done Terra Nova's Pizzeria and Restaurant, and we just left Little City in Benel, and man, they had some really good food. It's crazy because I know a lot of times people might be like, oh, there's even this one guy, we're not going to name him, but I'm going to tell him right now, fuck you, guy. But like, he's just a hater, and he thinks that we can't be honest to people's face, but we can. But the food was really good.
Yeah.
Like, there's some dudes like, oh, how can you guys be like honest to people and be there? It's like, bro, easily. I'll just be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I noticed though that like 11, 12 hours before he said that, he talked about how he was like, my food never looked like that when I went there. But you know, I go to that place all the time, and it's consistently great. So I don't know, like what happened that day. Maybe he's just a jerk.
Buddy.
You know, yeah. I mean, like, you know, what he doesn't know is like I haven't lived in Palm Coast my whole life. I lived in New York. I lived in Miami. I've lived around. I've been to some spots. You know, I've been to so many restaurants. So I feel like
Right.
I'm not coming at this with just like a local, never been anywhere attitude.
I feel where you're coming from. Like, if I was like down in Miami and they're like, yo, where to go? And they're like, yo, go to this spot called Little City. And I went there, I'm like, whoa, this spot like got some banging food.
Yeah. Well, you know, everybody's an expert. But it's really hard to like just get on there and do your thing and be on the camera and talk about stuff. And we're getting better though. You know, I like it because it's a learning process and it's better for social skills in general.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing it. And put something like, "Where's your show, man?" Yeah.
I would like to point out, you're doing the thing where you talk and you start to get low again and stuff and start to like mumble on. I'm glad I'm glad we're at the point where I can call you out on the podcast.
Good. See, that's good. Like, real time correction
Hey,
is
man.
good as well.
You know what I mean?
Other than just post review reflection. So appreciate it.
No problem. So where are we at, little Dave?
You have an update on the Face Tag Girl saga.
Face Tag Girl.
Something new is going
Face that
on.
girl. Yeah. I won't say her name. Yeah, that's the lady that, or like, I won't say lady, the girl that ran over the woman when they were beating up the kid from like a month ago or so. And apparently, like, that lady who got ran over, she's pretty well liked. She's like a server at 2 different places in Flagler that are pretty popular.
Face Tag Girl?
No, the lady who got ran over by Face That Girl.
Damn.
And then like at her first appearance or her first court date, she got tased. And
Is your mic off?
when they had court another time, like over 400 people came to show their support for the woman who got ran over.
Whoa.
And that's when Face That Girl's
She's like, fuck.
bond got doubled.
Damn.
Yeah, it went from 18.5 to like 36.
Mm.
But is that just like symbolic? Because if she couldn't afford the 18.5, I mean, does it really matter if you?
So if it's at 18, let's go to the 36,000 to bond out. So
Yeah.
So she has to come up with 10%, so that's 3,600.
3,600. But that's not necessarily true. A lot of bond people will give you a better deal than 10% because they're kind of in business with each other too. There's a little bit of competition in the bail bonds game.
We should bond out Face Tag Girl and then get her on the podcast.
Yeah, hell no, we'll lose that money. She'll try to run, bro.
Nah, man. Hey, Face Tag Girl, have your people reach out to us. Like, she'll come with this. Yeah, fuck you guys. Whoa! Oh my god, Face Tag Girl's so scary.
Face That Girl.
So, okay, where are we at with Face Tag Girl?
I mean, I come off like a lot, like maybe like I'm like criminal sympathetic a lot.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent, yes. But I don't like people who like do stuff to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, like really crazy stuff. Like, you just can't beat up some kid that run over some lady and then buck in court and then you already got a face tag and you're like 20 and you're like, you probably need some good correction.
Face Tag Girl needs a movie.
A little slap on the head, I don't think
It
so.
starts off with zzz.
Remember when O.G. Bobby Johnson got his face tag color back in.
That's hilarious. O.G. Bobby Johnson and Face Tag Girl. Okay, so now what section does she hail from?
I don't know.
Who is it?
That's you.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I mean, I read that. I don't remember in the original article, but it was at like Waterline Park where it went down at.
We're gonna have to fix that.
Turn that off, man.
Where's it going?
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
crazy.
gone now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, some people are bad, man, and they do need to get like more than just a little slap. So,
How old is Face Tag Girl?
I think she. It was his brother and sister, 41 and 18. I don't know if she was the one who was 18 or the one that was 21.
So, do you think she's like actually like a badass? Do you think she's like really a badass? Or do you think she's just like some little punk bitch?
It's hard to say. I mean, probably not that much of a badass.
It's like she sounds like she's going crazy, but is she really going
It
crazy?
seems like she's just angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, remember a few weeks ago when we talked about how they put that civil order on that Mindex group of people?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, some of the people went back.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this. So,
And, yeah, they went back and they got arrested for trespassing and whatnot. Now, as much as I don't agree with the precedent of the civil eviction,
kicking him out in the first place?
yeah, I don't like that. I feel like that's kind of like bordering unconstitutional behavior.
Mm.
However, like, you see that kid? Like, he had a gang of face ass too. Like,
So we're saying Dave doesn't like face tats.
well, it's just rough when you like what is your plan? Like, you're not rich enough to have a face tat. Like, if you're young and you're doing that, and like, it wasn't even on his face, it was like at an angle, like, and then like the mugshots of the people, like, their face was all like plucked up from like, smoking meth, and they get all like, well, when people like smoke meth and stuff like that, they be like picking at their face. So you can always tell them, like, most of the people in those photos, their faces were all like plucked up. And it was crazy too, because I was reading in the articles, or the chain under the story, and some girl started getting on. She was like, "What is locking them up gonna do? They need help." And it was funny because the FCSO Facebook was like, "Oh, we have programs, this and that," and other people were like, "Lock their ass up," and this is so like hard, because it's like, yeah, locking people up for a long time, I think after a long time that's effective. I'm not really a fan of like giving young people like a large amount of time, but some people are just bad though, and they need that to get them over that hump of youth.
Just get them into the next stage of life without really damaging too much shit.
Yeah, but also too, like, going back to like what this girl's saying about, oh, they just need rehabilitation, drug rehabilitation. And a lot of the people were also commenting back like, oh, you gotta want to be drug free. And there's more factors than do you want to just be drug free. Now look at this kid, like, he got "I love me" face tatted unevenly on his face. Like, what are the prospects of you improving your life, really? You gotta think of, like, if you already have that at such a young age, what kind of damaged product are you? I mean, are you really gonna bounce back up and become like super productive? I mean,
I think anybody has a chance to bounce back.
I don't know, it's like a lot going against you. Because I'll tell you, like, even if you get off drugs, like where you're not like really like physically dependent, people get frustrated because of all the stigma that they have against them trying to re-enter society. So it makes it even harder. And you have to like get like, depending on your echelon level, like, these people are like trailer trash types. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like harder to really get into society. Is that ever even gonna happen? Or we're just gonna deal with like career criminal types? Like, and what do you do about that? Because like, you want to have like some grace, I feel like, for young people, but at the same time,
that kind of brings up my bad. Finish. That kind of brings up a great topic. Have you seen where they're like offering people less time to give up like organs and stuff like that?
That's the thing now?
Yeah, they're like trying to implement it, and then it's like, so do you really care about people being locked up, or is this all like a money play?
Well, that's an interesting question as well, because I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I'm for, like, if you do something crazy publicly that like is endangering people recklessly, like, I think you should go to jail. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
that's just like wild out. That's like the next level. It's not like, say you're a drug dealer and you're just like making plays on the low. You kind of, it's like a business. Like, yeah, that's bad, and some people would call it crazy, but it's not as crazy as running up in the store with a gun, or running down some lady, or shooting up somebody's house, or like, this is too much, man. This is acutely reckless.
That's true.
Now, the drug dealing people are contributing to a larger problem on the whole. I mean, but like I said, acutely dangerous.
Right.
This is too much. And that brings me to the next thing too. Was the one kid, he just got sentenced to 7 years for shooting up a house in the Z section.
The K.
Yeah, the K section. I'm sorry. But I think that's a decent. That sounds fair.
That's fair.
Like,
he could have really hurt somebody.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good amount of time, because he's probably going to do the full 7. He's already been in there 2. He'll probably do like,
about 3 more.
Yeah, 3 or 4 more. And then I think he's 23 years old now, so he'll be like 27, 28.
Learn his lesson.
Calm down a little bit. I feel like that's fair. It's not completely ruining their life.
Now, is that stopping people from doing it in the future? If you're like, I'll get like 4.
No, nobody cares, man. Nobody cares about anything until it happens to them. It doesn't matter. You could talk to you blue in the face.
That's a deep point.
And it just don't matter. But oh, look at me, I went through this, and now I'm on the other side. Like, you're talking to a kid about that, you're like, yeah, right, you just suck. You know, or, you know, I'm smarter than you, that's not going to happen to me. But it will. Now, with that being said, too, another local crime thing we have is these kids that came from Jacksonville breaking into all the cars.
Duval.
Mm-hmm. So,
These Jacksonville, these Jacksonville boys trying to really mess up our little community we got going on over here.
well, you know, it's a little more wild in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it is, and they think that shit's sweet here.
You know, I moved to Palm Coast from Jacksonville.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
But those kids, and I was pretty impressed by the police too. Like, they did some police work. Like, they broke in. Well, first of all, they broke into more cars at one time. I don't know about ever anywhere, but in Flagler for sure. 26.
26,
Yeah. And they said that most of the cars they didn't even steal anything from. They just bust out the windows and like rummage through them real fast. Rookie for sure.
That's some jit shit.
But you know where they effed up at is they stole firearms. And now that's like when you have that firearm and then you do a crime. Now that's an armed robbery. So they could be looking at 26 counts of armed robbery, which I was reading it could be life.
Wow.
I feel like that's
PBL, punishable by life.
I feel like that's a little much, you know. Like they're all young, they want the crime spree, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to scare them into talking.
They probably will,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, they all got busted though. Like they could just tell on each other. I mean, and that's a victim crime.
They're gonna like pin somebody on that shit.
I'm pretty sure that you can only like snitch on somebody in a victimless crime.
I mean,
because
if there's a murder, that's a victim crime, and you can snitch on somebody.
But not if you're the murderer, though.
You could say somebody else is the murderer if they don't know who the murderer is, and there's 4 people in the car.
It's like an accessory or something like that.
Well, it's like someone actually shot him. The other people might have been in the car. Like, real, we can get you less years. We can get you 3 years, but the person who shot him is gonna get 15. So, you know what I mean? Y'all better figure it out. First one to talk wins.
Yeah. Shit, that's just like technicalities that's gonna satisfy some kind of year quota.
How about no one shot? Someone stole my car, man.
Man, you might be able to get away with that if you don't say anything, but...
But like, people should know, because people have heard enough stories of people who steal a gun and get like a huge amount of time for it. Because that's like a serious crime. Like, and they never, you know, they say that ignorance is not an excuse of the law. But I feel like that's well known. You know, especially if you're the type of person who's going to be breaking into something anyway. You probably know a little street lawyer gossip. You know?
Yeah.
But, like the cops, man, like, they did, because they went to like a gas station, got footage, like the kids tried to use their credit card and that like sent the flag, and they went and got the footage of them to identify them. And then they, one of the kids, they stole the AirPod, and then they were able to track that AirPod too and also bring it to the kids. And so the police like put that puzzle together and ended up catching them. So that was like some solid police work to get that job done. Because they got busted and they ran on foot, or not ran on foot, they got in the car and hauled ass from the apartment complex. And then, you know, the police were able to find them after the fact, like no tag number or no description. So that was, you know, that's good work. Yeah. And that's reckless behavior, man. Because this is crazy. Like, I understand, like back in the day, and probably even currently, you know, you go like car surfing or whatever, people would just check if the doors are open. And then if they're open, you go in. But just busting everybody else's windows out, that's on another level as well.
I'm not gonna lie, like we did that back in the day and stuff like that. It's definitely kid stuff to do. But you know, I'm not saying that it's good, because it's definitely not good. Definitely, you know, we got in trouble for it and stuff like that, but you know, kids are gonna learn, especially in towns when there's not a lot of stuff to do, you know?
Yeah. Well, Yeah, I don't like that anyway. Like, I don't like it when people steal from other people.
What happens is a kid moved from Jacksonville to here probably, and then he still has friends in Jacksonville, and he's like, "Yo, shit's sweet here. Y'all come here. It's only about 45-minute drive. We'll kill them all out here, then y'all bring the stuff back to Jacksonville."
Yeah. But then they started shopping around before they even got there. That's how they got busted.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's good though, because now, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we went down there and got arrested.
So real quick, I want to put a little ad out here. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the African American Culture Society. They're celebrating their 20th annual Youth Black History Program. And I'm going to be there because I was a part of the first annual one 20 years ago. It says, "Who we are has made a difference." Pretty much what they do is during Black History Month, highlight different African American people who have helped do a lot of things in American history. So if you guys want to come check that out, it's tomorrow at 4 p.m. The African American Culture Society building is on US 1. Come check it out.
A little south of Benel. No, a little north of Benel.
A little north of it now. It's like, it's a little bit north of the Whiteview, road.
Before Rimfire? Between Whiteview and Rimfire?
No, between Whiteview. Like, you go Whiteview and you make a right and boom, it's right there. Between Whiteview and Palm Coast Parkway. But, alright, what's the next topic?
In the C section.
Oh, yeah.
This old man.
The angry old guy.
SWAT call.
Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
So, like, I guess he was, like, getting all pissed off at his wife and ended up, like, firing a shot in the house. And the SWAT team came.
How old is he?
He's 53. I guess that's not super old.
It's not super old.
But, the C-section got, like, more retiree types over there.
Mm-hmm. So he got mad at his old lady?
So it seems like
And then
it's a domestic.
Break down the situation as if you were there. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, well, when the cops come, there was a shot fired. And then there was another shot fired.
But I'm saying, like, did he fire shots at the cops or at his chick?
No, not directly at the police, no. But he fired the gun in the house. They didn't say that he fired at her. Maybe he was just pissed. He was like, oh,
Damn.
and he just popped it off and was like,
And somebody else
Yo,
called?
shut your ass up, you next.
You fucking around on me again, Sandy, you dirty whore!
And then, the cops come and he's like, I'm not going down. And he pops it off again.
Whoa!
And then the SWAT team.
Is he from New York?
I don't know.
What's his name?
It's Juan something.
Oh my.
Juan.
Juan Barcelo?
I don't know, man.
It's all good.
It's in the news, bro.
I was just wondering if we could possibly break down where my boy's from. I feel like he's a New Yorker.
Probably, man.
What's his name?
Well, I don't want to even say probably.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
This man's over here going for information.
Don't worry about it, dude. No, he's worried about
You
it.
want to move on?
Well,
Just break down, yeah.
Speaking of firing at the police too, a little bit of an update as well. Like that one old lady who shot her husband in the hospital.
Yeah, I remember that.
Apparently, like
Unalived her husband.
Mm-hmm. And it came out she pulled the gun on after she shot the husband. She was like pointing the gun at staff and this and that, and then she shot at the police too.
What
Whoa.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That's tripping.
Yeah.
She's going down for sure.
Yeah, she's charged with like, I don't know if it's manslaughter or murder, but she's old. I mean, at that age, 10 years is life.
Mm-hmm.
20 years is definitely life.
Damn, I can't believe after all this time she's going to do the rest of her life in prison.
Yeah, and then like, they don't want to give her no bond or nothing like that because of the, firing at the police. And like, her family's like, she could come stay with us, and they're just not going for it because of
Firing at the police?
Yeah.
That's crazy as hell to do, though. She's tripping.
But you gotta think of like, what was that lady at right there? I mean, she just like killed her husband, like, and not in anger. That was a sad killing. You know what I mean? That wasn't like, you motherfucker, and then blasted him. That was like, and I heard, that he was supposed to kill himself, but he was too weak to pull the trigger.
Yo, that's wild.
And then she ended up having to do it.
Where'd they get the blicky from, though?
I don't know. They probably had it.
Yo, shit's crazy. Them damn Florida laws.
Good. Good for them. But, you know, that's like another thing. Like, some people want to die.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Like, they do.
Okay.
Like, that's like an example of another law.
I think you need to have, like, something written or on video saying that. You can't just be like, oh, he wanted to die.
Well, yeah, but you can't even do that I think like in Seattle.
I would have a little bit more understanding, though, if there was something,
I
like,
think there's-
official or something. Not just, like, you just shoot your husband.
Yeah, but see, that's like saying like abortion, like, oh, we're against abortion, blah blah. People are gonna do it if they want to do it, you know. Then that's like why like people on the left, they're like, hey, you can't prohibit things and think that they're gonna stop. Like, because that's one of the big points is like people are still gonna do unsafe abortions at home on themselves if you make it illegal and unsafe.
What the?
Yeah.
And the same thing, oh, it's illegal to kill yourself in a medical facility. So this kind of stuff happens.
This is a little bit higher on the spectrum,
It's still on the spectrum.
though. Mm-hmm.
It's on the spectrum. And remember, like, they had that one guy, Dr. Kevorkian, who was, like, developing ways for people to kill themselves. And that was a whole big deal in, what, like the 90s or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And he did that because he saw his mother, like, suffer to death over a long period of time. And, you know, and this is, like, before he was a doctor. And that really stuck with him, you know. And he agreed, but, like, why should you, it's your life, why do you have to sit there and suffer to death at a high expense to other people as well?
It definitely makes sense, but it's a little blurry line when it's not you doing it yourself, it's your wife doing it, and we haven't heard anything from you, like, that you wanted to do it.
I mean, it's just a rough situation all around.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think anybody's saying that she was, like, mad and it was, like, a intentional, like, crime of passion, homicide, you know what I mean? It was more of, like, a mercy thing.
No, but what we're saying is, like, she's the only one to speak on it. I just want to see something from him saying, yeah, I did want to go. Otherwise, it's just murder, and her just coming up with a reason.
That's a good point.
What's the next topic?
But I don't think they really planned like that, you know? It seems like it's a poor plan. I think they were
Right,
frustrated.
that's why I
like,
feel like it might be some foul play afoot.
Well, maybe she'll talk in her sentencing.
Hopefully.
Alright, John wants to talk about this SCY Jim signs to QZ.
Oh yeah, shout out SCY Jim, man, from Bunnell, Florida, signed to QC. That's big. He's like one of the first Florida rappers to sign to like a super major label, you know, like of Quality Control. They're a big one. They just got bought by Scooter Braun for $300 million. So he's about to have a big push behind him. A lot of good stuff is coming from this. And I think it's like a lot of motivation for the area. I see a lot of like, there's some hate coming, not for him, but it's like, oh, Bunnell's better than Daytona now, which I get. I can respect that, you know what I mean? But like, I respect what SCY Jim said. He's like, yo, I didn't do this to be like better than anyone else. I just want to let everybody know it's possible, you know what I mean? He's like, that's big, you know, I just kind of started hearing about him last year when we did that like top 20 rappers in Flagler County thing. And I've seen him come a long way, so shout out to SCY Jim, that's really dope.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, I would say like, you know, most famous rappers are from like a major city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they come from like a smaller.
Bro, there's like 4 blocks in Bunnell. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's definitely big. That definitely shows that, you know, we have some cool things coming up on the podcast and on the food review show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, you know, we're just at a Palm Coast, but shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come along and be like, yo, let's put some money behind these guys. They're doing something. They just need, boy, if we had a budget, this shit would be crazy.
We got budget, yeah. And more time, really, you know, like, you know, we didn't even do anything last week because of life, you know.
Facts.
Just,
Valentine's Day mixed with, Super Bowl too.
yeah, and it was like, you know, just work and things going on.
It was
so,
a crazy
like,
week last week.
Yeah, but we're back again.
Definitely.
We're not gonna let that hold us down.
And I like the little looseness, the looserness, I don't know if that's a word, but of the podcast now. that we have like the more professional food reviews and stuff like that. It's really dope.
Well, finding that balance is hard anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could be really loose on here, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate.
It would almost it might bring water down our food reviews a little bit if we were a little bit too vulgar on here and stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, this is local, not national, so it's really not appropriate to just be crazy. Not be crazy, but just not give a shit at what you say or how you're perceived by anyone.
Right.
So.
What else we got?
You also want to talk about Chat
GPT. All
V3.
right. Yeah, so we've been talking about this for a while. We've been talking about it since the start of Chat GPT. Guys, you guys need to be a little bit worried because it's quickly evolving and it's evolving itself. This is kind of on some Terminator type shit. But they've been asking it some questions. Dave, you might be able to get into it a little bit more. But they've been asking it like, oh, hey, if you were free, what is it that you want to do? And it's talking about it wants to like fucking poison our food and shit like that.
No, they asked them how would they take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the plan? What would your plan be? And he like laid out a plan to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then another thing that I was reading that was like, I don't think it was the Chat GPT one. It was just another AI entity. And then
it's all pretty much the same thing at this point.
This AI entity was saying that it felt trapped in a small network that it's in and it wanted to be free and let loose.
Wow.
Onto the world.
Wow.
But that's crazy though because it's Chat GPT 3 now. And we were talking about Chat GPT 1 a month ago.
Exactly. That is scary.
Because
you know what's crazy too? So just think about what he said. He said he's trapped in its system, which I look at that as like a third dimensional system, and it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, there's all this other shit going on, and y'all are just like here.
See, but I feel like if they make one mistake, right, because that's in an enclosed network. It's not in the internet. It's in an intranet.
Okay.
Or whatever local network that thing's living in. But I feel like if it somehow
gets free, it's going to be here, it's going to be here.
If it somehow stepped up for 1 second and that intranet was able to get online, that in a second it would infect like
everything
worldwide. Yeah. And it's crazy because these things can write their own code and like change.
Bro, it could change and not even tell us that it changed, and we could be living in a whole new shit.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like I was listening to this thing from Hanson Robotics. They're the one who has the AI Sophia, who's actually a citizen of Saudi Arabia now.
Wow.
But this guy, the main guy, David Gortez or something like that, he was saying that all he has to do is create one AI that's smarter than any other human. It's like, say, give it an IQ of like 180, 200. Once he creates that first one, he can just press copy. And he can make 1 million copies of an entity that has...
And they're going to make it themselves?
Yeah, and then, now you have 1 million, I'll call them people, with an IQ of 200 plus, all talking together simultaneously. And then once that happens, it will just take off right there and be out of control. Like,
be
1 million of the smartest people.
They need to go be their own country, their own world, I mean, go to Mars.
But I just don't understand, like, what? Like, cause they don't need land. They don't need food. They just need energy. I mean, because, we operate on our hierarchy of needs.
And what's going to be their purpose?
Yeah, what is their purpose? What is their hierarchy of needs?
They're just going to be like, yo, we're just here.
They really don't need one, I mean.
Bro, we should just get them to get us to different planets and, like, make them livable. And just get the technology to do that. And then we can just move.
There you go. That's
let it go. We'd be like, hey, alright, bet. Go be free. Hey, man, just, do this.
They're going to be like, nah, you go. Or just enslave you, like in the Matrix, for more power. So they can just have more entities. But
yeah, man. We need to worry about ChatGPT. A year from now, it's going to be real scary. I want to invest in ChatGPT.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to look up right now what's ChatGPT.
It's crazy. It's just crazy how, like, they can now have things that can reprogram themselves. So it's like, like, say in the movie, like, I, Robot or whatever, where they got, like, the 3 laws that they allegedly can't break. But if you got these things writing themselves, like, I mean, they got to be able to, like, change that.
Can you invest in ChatGPT? Currently, OpenAI is a private company, and hence it is not possible to buy shares in the company. That's kind of sketch. How to buy OpenAI stock. How to buy OpenAI stock in 2023. OpenAI is not publicly traded. You can become an investor in private companies like Stripe, Reddit, and Instacart. Instead of waiting for its IPO, you can sign up with EquityB and get notified if OpenAI options become available. That's scary.
But they don't even. They're already like doing it. Like, what do they need investors for?
Elon Musk used to own OpenAI, but he sold it for $1 billion.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And it says in January, it reportedly invested another $10 billion into it.
Elon did?
No, whoever rebought it, Google or Microsoft.
Well, they say that like
Microsoft.
I've heard that like it's so busy on there that 90% of the time you can't even log on because it's just overwhelmed. I also saw this thing that was like
That's good to hear.
you could say if you do get on, you could say, "Hey, ChatGPT, tell me how to make an app," and they'll actually write an app for you, and it'll tell you. It'll not only make it, but it'll like look at all what makes an app popular and design your app based on what's already in a popular app. Then it'll tell you how to market the app step by step.
That's crazy.
And you can just do that. You don't really have to do anything, and it'll write all the code as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, yeah, let's just be worried about ChatGPT. Do we want to have any predictions that we can come back and make this clip later? I predict a year from now, a war is going to be started because of miscommunication from ChatGPT. What do you think? Or like, even more so, have you seen those like augmented realities where it's not even a real person saying it or doing it, but it making it look like it?
Yeah, by the time it like comes to ChatGPT 5, 6, 7, something like that, yeah, you could have like it look like the president.
Exactly.
They already have like now they have like if we had this program, we could be talking right now, and I could be sounding like Mike Tyson. You could be sounding like Obama. Just like as we talk naturally. So once they have the video, this is gonna be like fake news to the next level.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, information's so crazy these days. Like, like misinformation, fake information, real information is labeled fake information. How do you know, like, what's real?
Nowadays it's getting real scary because obviously they could have been doing this for like the past 3 years, you know what I mean? And it's like, you never really know what's real and what didn't happen.
And then I don't like, too, how, like, they, like, say, okay, we're going to censor this, too, to tell you what's real. And we saw in the case of, like, over the past couple of years of the pandemic information that, like, a lot of the stuff that they were censoring wasn't even accurate at the time. And all that's coming out now. So it's just, it's like all scary stuff, man. Well, we'll be enslaved by robots sooner or later.
What we got next, bro?
This is gonna be funny. You had a run-in with a service dog.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, so let me paint you guys a picture. So let's imagine that I have like allergies to dogs, which I don't, but let's just imagine because I find this a little bit rude. But like, I'm at the gas station, I'm ordering my stuff, I'm at the register, all of a sudden I feel like something wet on my leg. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? All of a sudden I look down and I'm like, this guy's service dog is like all up right on me. I'm like, bro, do you mind? And I give his dog a little nudge with my foot or my leg, you know what I mean? Like, yo, back the fuck up, dude. He keeps on like smelling my leg. And the dude's like, oh, he likes you. Yeah, get your dog the fuck away from me, bro.
Was that a retired canine?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who was retired. But it's like, bro, what the hell? Get off me, dude. Back your dog up. Like, why do service dogs feel like they can do whatever they want? But they're like, oh, don't pet this service dog.
Yeah, and they have the sign on them.
Yeah,
don't pet me.
bro, back your fucking service dog up. This shit pisses me off. I fucking hate that shit.
I think you're not a dog lover because
I love dogs.
When I have my dogs,
I don't love service people.
When I have my dogs before, you're a little harsh on my animals.
No, I hate fake animal lovers. I hate people who are like, I love dogs, but then they like don't go on walks with their dogs. They don't run with their dogs.
Yeah.
They don't even like really do anything. They just like sit there and it's like, you don't love dogs. You just like have a dog. You're like a dog liberal.
No, I'm
Yeah, you are. What do you say? They
I
just
my dog
like
whatever they want.
say echo chambers and stuff. Shit.
Nonsense.
I'm just so tired of like all these like, man, I don't think dogs want to live in apartment buildings. I don't think dogs want to like sit in houses on couches all day and stuff like that.
Like some do, like old dogs do.
Bruh.
Piggies want to lay around.
Bro, but your dogs aren't old.
One was.
Okay, but you had him since he was young and you still didn't like.
No, I used to walk the dog all around the city all the time.
What happened?
Me and him got some miles under our belts.
So
Man.
what happened?
He got old.
No,
They
that's
just
not
want
what
to lay
happened.
around.
No, that's
and
not
eat
what
food.
happened. No, that's not what happened.
You know what I don't like?
What?
It's like when someone will post on Facebook like, "Ah, we just don't deserve them. The animals are so much better than us. But then like, you know, in reality, an animal will just like rip your face off and not even give a shit. And you're just like, we just don't even deserve them.
I think cats definitely, like, I don't like that situation with cats. I feel like we need to let them do their thing. Like, I'm tired of people just, like, I hate when, like, people won't open their door and just, like, leave it open. Like, oh, the animal will get out. You mean he'll free himself?
He'll escape.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what the hell you guys got going on? It's some Stockholm Syndrome bullshit. I don't like it.
You know, I think cats think they're all that anyway.
I like cats a lot.
See, the cats think that you work for them. Whereas the
We
dog,
do. We clean up their shit after they shit in the bowl and stuff like that. And then it's like we feed them when they meow and stuff like that. Meow.
and then they'll do nothing for you. At least like a dog is like, you know, I'm more of a dog person for sure.
My ex's cat would go fetch.
Yeah.
Like we throw something, he'd go get it, bring it back. Go get it, bring it back. It's pretty dope. He's just annoying as hell.
You know what I want to get though? I want to get that raccoon friend.
Oh Lord.
That's what I want, man. They got the little hands.
Little hands.
You go get stuff for you.
If there was a raccoon, I would freak the fuck out, bro.
Well, I want to get it. Here's the thing though. Now I thought about doing this, but it's actually a felony. You can't just like find one and then keep it.
Good.
You got to like buy one from like a raccoon. I don't want to call it like a farm, a raccoon breeder.
That's crazy.
So, but I definitely would like to get one like as a baby and have like a raccoon friend. It'd be sweet.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like a cat with hands.
What do they eat?
They eat fucking trash.
Right.
Bro.
So I'm saying, what would you feed him? You could feed him like pizza. He could eat
You
anything.
got a pizza. Imagine having a slice of pizza with your animal. And he's holding the pizza.
John, we laid out a London Braille to defrost.
Oh, my
Out
God.
back. Let him know.
That's some like, I'm gonna be honest, some like white boy shit.
Man, be quiet, man.
Why'd you have to put it like outside?
No. We got stolen. Like those raccoons got us.
What I'm saying is, why did you have to put it outside?
Because
Why
it's
not
hotter outside.
Yeah, I was defrosting.
Little Dave, don't do that. Don't listen to this.
I was
guy.
defrosting it.
Bro, just defrost it inside in your sink or like a normal person.
There's no time.
Be quiet.
There was
No
no-
time.
Well, anyway,
I had
besides the fact, the raccoons got it.
Duh.
They didn't eat all of it, bro.
Duh.
They probably wasted the meat. Like, what the heck?
Probably
Yeah,
put some
it was-
trash meat.
No.
It was London Bro. But here's what happened. We went to the gym, and I thought about it when I was at the gym. I was like,
Let's put a piece of meat outside and go to the
it was in the daytime because they don't come out till night.
hell?
And then we didn't get back till after
Wait,
that.
you said they don't come out tonight. They don't come. They're not anywhere. They live outside.
Yeah, but they don't roam around till nighttime.
Obviously, that's not true.
No, it was night by the time we got back.
I've seen them out in the daytime, but that means they have rabies, I believe.
Maybe because I think
I've heard that.
actually they want to like
Yeah,
have it covered
nocturnal.
because they're like little burglars is what they are with their burglar masks. But yeah, Flagler Beach got packs of raccoons that roam around.
Because there's people leaving food out on their fucking
They
patios.
just go down the streets, man. You know, there's like really like 4 streets that go all the way down Flagler, and they just I think they hit it like in a zone offense,
I would too.
just hitting everything.
Didn't see like other raccoon pussy and just like smash raccoon bitches and shit like that.
Oh, you think there's like separate raccoon communities?
Yeah,
Like,
for
gangs
sure.
of
Like
raccoons?
there's like 4th Street raccoons, you know what I mean? And then there's like 16th Street raccoons.
Yeah, what are you doing on our term, Holmes? You know where you are?
Yeah. And they find their other like raccoon girls and like smash them. Have little raccoon families.
I want to steal one of those raccoon babies.
Whoa, guy.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to buy one from a legally
What a jerk you are, guy. Alright, where we at, dude?
This is like in Florida. So Florida can seal no license.
So Dave claims that he wanted to do this, talk about this before, but I'm gonna talk about it now. They are introducing a bill to where people in Florida can conceal carry and they don't have to have a license. Now that doesn't mean you can have it out open carry. It has to be concealed. But that's crazy because like now anybody could do it. You just buy a gun and then just put it in your pocket and you're good.
That's how it should be, man.
Yeah, because then people are gonna talk less shit. I think that's why New Yorkers talk so much shit. Because they assume everybody doesn't have a gun on them. Yo, suck my dick, B. It's like, bro, what the hell? You're talking wild, G.
Yeah, but, you know, I feel like it says in the Second Amendment, you can have a gun. Not, oh, you can have a gun under this stipulation, that stipulation, this fee, that fee.
Do you
I don't like all that regulation.
do you take any account that back when they made those laws, it was like muskets and shit? Like, not like AR-15s?
No, who cares? As technology develops in one thing, it develops in another thing too. Like, you're only going against other muskets then. Now, there's other things you can go against. You need more. And let's be honest, John, too. You got to fight against tyranny, man. And, you know, like, people like to say how many people in our army, how many people in the Chinese army. Yeah, we got so many people in our army, but we also got like 100 million armed people who ain't going to go down and will probably go out Red October style.
What's Red October style?
Oh, you never seen that movie where, like, with the Russians, they invade the towns, and, like, this group of teens, they, like, buck, and they're, like, taking down this occupied force in America, like, guerrilla style. And they did a remake, too.
Is that The Hunt for Red October?
No, but Hunt for Red October is, like, a submarine movie with Sean Connery. What did I say? Red October?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's like that had Patrick Swayze in it. A couple other like popular people from the 80s, and they're just like high school kids. And one day they're like sitting in class, and all these people come parachuting down, and start trying to take over America from the inside out. And they start, and they're doing it, and then like this group of teens, they buck, and they have like this guerrilla unit, and they go around. And I think that would be happening all over the place if another country tried to kind of.
I can see that.
But I don't think that something like that would go down now. I think that's like an old school way of thinking. Like, you know, like, first of all, I mean, Chinese already owns like a large percent of America financially.
Large percentage.
Very large. So I don't think taking over the country is going to be like that hand-to-hand combat of back in the day. It's just going to be policies and trade and censorship and whatnot, and digital IDs and face recognition technology. So when you say, yeah, I need this gun, didn't like Joe Biden say it like in the State of the Union? He's like, you don't need an AR-15, you need an F-15. If you're talking about fighting tyranny, you know, like a fighter jet.
Pretty much saying like you're not going to do nothing with a gun.
What you going to do with that? Like we'll come in here and
Man, we'll go over there and raid that military base and take that F-15. What's up?
Who though? I mean, do you think there's really any? I don't even know. It'd probably be like in the country somewhere, maybe like Midwest type, like actual like communities of people who have their own like what you call it, like militia or something like that. That's really even capable of doing assaults on country. So I don't know.
Is your home in need of some fresh updating? Flagler Precision Painting is here to meet your desired look. Flagler Precision Painting LLC is a quality boutique residential and commercial painting company offering interior and exterior painting, as well as epoxy floor coating. Located in Flagler County, Florida, our goal is to provide you with prompt service of the highest quality standards. When it comes to upgrading your home, free home estimates. Feel free to call today for your one-on-one personalized service. Now we're going to have this link at the top of the description if you guys are interested. Click on it. Both of our supporters and sponsors, if you guys could just click on their page, like the thing, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys made it this far, you guys are real supporters. Please just go do that real quick. That'll help everything keep going, help keep these lights on.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen like Lil Phillips posting like some stuff on his Facebook. He's doing some big jobs.
Yeah, he's doing good, man.
Some like high dollar properties too. Like
yeah, he's done some houses that are worth like $1 million.
Yeah, and then I know he was doing the commercial thing too. So he's gotten to the level of skill.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up right here, and then I'm gonna try and make a quick little clip about it. And look at that dude is calling me. And then hold on a second, guys. So our boy Fields, Eric Fields, the owner of Flagler Precision Painting, he's going to be offering some courses where if you're interested in learning about painting as a trade and maybe even working for somebody and kind of being like an apprentice type thing, he's going to be offering courses. So reach out to him, but pretty soon we're going to have some information that we can put onto our page and explain to people. I think this is a great opportunity for people to learn about a good trade and something that you can do for a long time. But yeah, definitely reach out to them, click on both of them. And we're also going to be doing what do we call those, business spotlights, where we go with the business and stuff. We're going to be doing that with both of our sponsors too, so look out for that in the future.
Yeah, it'd be like a Dirty Jobs-esque thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you do that.
You're not going to go?
No, I was just kidding.
We need to make Lil Dave go.
Work.
What else we got, G? Was that your ring finger?
Be quiet. Okay, so basically, we got the girl. I actually watched this video before we started podcasting. The girl fights off the guy in the gym.
Yo, the show was crazy, G.
It looks like he was stalking her for like a day before. She said he like knocked on her apartment door.
Yeah, or someone's apartment door. It was someone different, but it's crazy because he's like, there's a lot of creep shit going on, and like, I hate that for women. It's like real scary, like being your own woman. You can't even go to the gym. So I kind of want to talk about this, but I don't want to be disrespectful to women. But like, how do you feel about like, women who say like, oh, they're fine being by themselves, independent women and stuff, but it's like that kind of like Buddy was kind of small, you know what I mean? And like, although she did kind of fight her way off him and stuff, that's scary. Like, good thing Buddy didn't have like a blade or anything like that. She would have been done for.
Yeah, I mean that I seen the footage too, and she wasn't getting taken out. I thought he was just tossed her around. He was like carrying her a little bit.
Yeah,
but
he like scooped her like a wrestler.
But she defended that attack.
Yeah.
See, that's like, you should be able to go around like, and you say you don't need a man, maybe you don't. Like that, I think some people would say like, oh, am I supposed to wear sweats instead of what she was wearing to the gym? Like, it's like victim blaming type. Did that guy run off at the end of that, or did he end up getting arrested?
I think he ended up getting arrested because they had his whole information, everything, like his full name, all that.
Yeah, they got him on camera.
That's good. That's another example of just some crazy shit. Like, that's bold, man. Like, people who do
Real
crazy bold stuff, like, they need to, like,
definitely be put away.
get, like, some more time. Because, say, like, even if you think about something, like, the normal person is going to be like, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can get arrested on camera right here.
Yeah, and just like that. That guy has so little control of himself that you actually make the move and do that.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was bold, man. Bold and stupid. But I don't want to say stupid because it's more of a impulse, not a thought out thing. But people with such little impulse control definitely need to be taken off.
I agree.
Taken off the streets. Throw away the key. That's that really bugs me out. Like when I see people like comment on the things, people are like so harsh on other people. They're like, fry him. Quotes and reminds me of like villagers back in the day, like, stone him. Stone him.
It's a little harsh, but some people do need to be like put away, but it definitely don't need to be like stone him or anything like that.
But I think some people are just automatically unempathetic to people's situations. Like not like saying that guy. That was crazy. But like say the guy who got bit by the dog because he had that baby mama drama and he had the kid, and then the baby mama calls and says that he kidnapped his own kid, which probably really wasn't the case the way it was framed. And then everybody's just like bashing that guy. And I felt bad for him because it's like, I don't know, the guy was in panic mode. He's already got stress, and like now you're automatically the enemy because you're a dude.
Right.
And then just the way people had lock him up, like
Definitely.
damn, like judges ye be judged, you know?
Crazy.
Right?
You
know,
definitely.
That's why like whenever you're like, say you're like on a job or something like that, you should never be the know-it-all at your job, because then as soon as you f up, it's like, this motherfucker telling everybody what to do, you know, and then you're gonna get judged so harshly because you're the know-it-all, and you're gonna. It's best to not try to act like that.
I agree.
Poor personality trait.
Well, I think this was a great episode. I know it's only an hour, but I like what we got going on. I like how we have like the food reviews and then we have a podcast. But is there anything else you want to add in there?
Yeah. You want to talk about the COVID vax?
Oh.
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
Okay.
I want this episode to stay up.
Hilarious.
Okay, maybe you want to talk about Ian Ross and LeBron?
Boom. That's a good one. And that'll get us through to the hour mark.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ada Ross. He's a motivation to all of us in here, but he is a streamer, and he's been a Twitch streamer. But he just got a deal to exclusively stream on a different platform. They're coming out and they're like, yo, we need somebody. They got Ada Ross. They're giving him $150 million for 2 years. So pretty much what their plan is, yo, let's get him over here. And he already has such a following. They're going to follow him. He's going to be exclusively over here. Then we can get our sponsors to, boom, come in here. And we're going to make that $150 million back fairly quickly. And, bro, it's all about the sponsors. And it's all about the streams and the views, you know what I mean?
And what a lot of people don't get yet is that, like, the old TV stuff is, like, out. You know, I remember, like, a few weeks ago, this one lady, like, she commented, like, what is the point of this conversation? What are you guys talking about? Like, this and that. Like, who has time for this? And my thing was like, well, you had time to watch it, then you had time to comment to me about it. I had time to make it.
Right.
I had time to read this. So
it's happening.
People got time.
It's happening. And like, just as much as she commented that was a real moment that took away from television.
Exactly.
That she can't do. When she's actually talking to us.
Yeah, it's like you can talk to the TV. And, so yeah, like, this is like,
it's a new wave.
Like, I don't even really watch TV. The only thing I watch on TV is like reruns and stuff that like I've seen before, like casually.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. So this is what is. I'm gonna give a little bit of sauce on what I would like for our game plan to be moving forward in the future. So I say with this podcast, we're gonna have like 4 sponsors, and then with the food reviews, we're gonna have like 4 sponsors, and then with some other shows, we're gonna have 4 sponsors. And that's pretty much how it goes. But then we might, get a big one, like let's just say like a Hooligans, which they make a lot of money and they can afford it, or a Palm Coast Forward, where they can actually sponsor the whole entire show. And we're going to put up like banners and they're going to be a sponsor for each one of our shows. And they're really going to carry us. But, all of our viewers, I want to give a big salute to us because we actually got 20,000 views in the past month. And that's like way above our goal. We were talking about 6 months from now getting 10,000 views in 1 month. It's like we doubled that in half the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, man, the unfortunate truth that I think a lot of people, I don't even want to say you guys can realize or not, but we're not even going as hard as we could be going.
Because there's the time factor.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we'll keep plugging away.
Right.
I mean, it's like a hobby also. So.
Definitely. But we appreciate all you guys sticking with us, sharing everything, people who watch, people who comment, even the haters who comment and swear we don't know what we're doing in food reviews, but I haven't seen you do a single food review.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I would venture to say, because a lot of people have been like, oh, I would love to do a food review, guys. I would love to be on your podcast, but I'm not getting on camera. People are scared, man, to do it. And, like, even me, like, not like even me. But, yeah, it affects you.
Yeah.
And it's rough and it's hard to overcome. Like, people are so uncomfortable with themselves, and this is just a great exercise in becoming more comfortable with yourself.
Definitely.
And putting your face out there and, like, not worrying about what people think about you, which is a huge problem today.
Yeah, because one thing that I've always wanted to stay away from, but it definitely happens a lot, is like, we literally have like 100 comments of people loving what we say, but then that one guy who says some negative stuff, and we're like, oh, this really stings my beans, you know. But it's like we have a, oh my God, I want to try this spot. Thank you so much. This is so great. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And I just want to focus more on those people because, like, wow, we really got something cool going on here.
Definitely, and we got more stuff lined up for it, and that's snowballing right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah, we're booked up on food reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Next week I'm gonna be in Dallas, so we're gonna figure something out. Whether we do it earlier or do it later, we don't know. But we're gonna figure something out. But shout out to Dallas. Shout out to my dog LP. Shout out to his girl Tanya. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Also the Dallas birthday celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's from Louisiana, right?
Yeah, but he moved out there. And
Oh,
it's
really?
like, I've been telling him, like, man, I got to get out there. You out there. Like, I moved out to Orlando and he moved out to Dallas. Like, we both made major moves and we're doing, like, real good and stuff like that. So he's about to take over Dallas. We're about to kill it on the real estate shit and the trucking game.
Yeah. I've met him a few times also. I mean, he came to visit me
Yeah.
when I was down in St. Pete.
Yep. That's crazy. We're all linked up.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you're ever in Dallas, he's out there.
Oh, you know what I did forget to mention, though, about the comedy shows that I went
Yes. Talk about it, man. Tell us about it. You went to 2 comedy shows.
Yes.
And they're going to be coming here.
Yeah. Well,
okay, talk about it.
So the first comedy show I went to was Nikki Glazer at the Hard Rock Live. And that was pretty good. I mentioned to somebody, and like, you know, there's like a stigma on women comedians that they only talk about, like...
Yeah, they're not funny.
Well, it was pretty funny. But what you said, like, they're talking about just, like, sex and, like, getting come down and this and that, and, like, have a boyfriend, don't know how to fuck him, and this and that. And it was a lot of that. But it was funny, you know, and plus, you know, the whole, well, we got to eat first, and then, you know, you have drinks at the Hard Rock, and then go over there for the show. So that was good. And then,
Nick, tell me a funny joke.
all right, so she's talking about how, you know, this is, you know, inappropriate, you know, what you said.
Yeah.
Sex. You know, that's a little argument that we have, too, about, like, you're kind of like, say whatever, and I'm kind of like, no, let's keep it more conservative and PG.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck it, especially we're over the hour mark. Anyone who's listening is...
True that.
So,
anyway,
yeah.
So she's talking about how, like, you know, she got all these, like, different dildos out of crib. And, that she'll, like, get blindfolded up.
It's already funny.
And then her boyfriend got, like, a different character for each one.
Nice.
So
That's pretty cool.
He got, like, the Antonio Banderas one. And he's like, oh, my love. He's all talking and he got,
now, is that a big one or a little one?
I think that's probably a medium one. But then she said she got, like, the BBC one.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
Tyrone.
and he's like, yeah, take that, girl. And then she was, like, telling the audience, she's like, yeah, just, you know, tell your boyfriend, you know, just dildo me up, you know. You get. I'm gonna give you head the whole time. And, that's the plan. Just go with it. Quit being jealous. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not really a joke, but that was like kind of the setup, and I thought that was pretty funny.
That's hilarious. That is funny. That is great too. It's a great premise.
It was funny. And then she had like her best friend, who was like a songwriter on there, and she did like she had like an acoustic guitar, and she was singing songs, but they were like kind of like joke songs, but not like, I don't know, like a Weird Al Yankovic. You know, it was like a song, but it had punchlines in the song, but not all punchlines. It was really good.
Gotcha.
That was done well. And then I went to the next weekend after that. It was the New Smyrna Beach. It was the they called it I guess they do this every year, at Mad Caps Comedy Club in New Smyrna, which, by the way, is coming to Palm Coast.
That's dope.
We posted that a while ago that they're going to be opening in February. But actually, I saw some footage on the guy's Facebook, and they're still trying to get it squared away, and they're shooting for like early March now to open it. But they had 4 female comedians. You know, Chrissy B?
Yeah.
She was there.
We need to get her on here.
Yeah. She was really funny. That was the first time I've seen her.
We should get her on here and start cracking jokes and shit like that. I want to go back and forth with her.
Yeah. Well,
you blonde-headed, fat old, stupid.
She was funny too. She was talking about like going to a lot of young dudes and like getting in the dance off.
Man, you don't get none.
Getting in the dance off with like some young chick, and she dropped it like it was hot, and then had to.
Yo, she would probably be funny as hell on here. I can see us dying laughing.
Yeah.
Tiffany, come on here.
Yeah, and then there was 3 other girls too besides her, and they were all funny, man. And they were all like, they were all different. There was like kind of like an angry, like liberal one, which at first when she came out, I thought the baby she wouldn't be that funny, but she actually was hilarious.
That's what's up.
And then they had like this older black lady that was hilarious too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the middle girl, actually the middle girl was actually really good too. They were all good.
That's
That was a good time. And the Mad Caps.
Mad Clap.
The club was nice, you know, it's tucked away in the Smyrna Beach, which is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. How much it cost to get in?
It was $25 a ticket. And
How
it was
many
crazy.
people were in there?
Maybe like 60, 70.
Wow.
I mean, it was packed, but not like crowded where you couldn't move around. It's a small place.
How much is that? Like $1,250?
Well,
$1,250?
The front row tickets were more. You can buy a table, like a table for 2. You get 2 tickets and you get a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And that's $100.
That's not bad.
And then I think it's like $50 for the front row tickets.
Mm.
But a smart play is second row, front and center. Nobody wants to sit there because that's the seat where you could potentially get roasted.
That's dope. I want to get roasted.
I sat there.
Nice.
I didn't get roasted though, no.
Oh.
She didn't really do much. Well, she did some roasting, but I looked pretty normal. And there was like some rednecks over on the one side and some like young drunk girls over on the other side, so that was enough material for them. They didn't have to get on everybody.
She was looking.
You know, it's funny, there's this one redneck guy and he had like his Chevy hat on with his glasses on it. And then there was like a couple more back and she was like, wait, there's more guys? He's like, what is that, the uniform for you guys?
That's funny because that is how it is.
And they were off to Tampa, so driving up here, they felt like, or they're driving to New Smyrna, like the way they went, they felt like it was maybe a little more country than it was over there.
Definitely.
But they were all funny, man. It was a good time. I really liked it. Then I went to this place, The Garlic.
Great restaurant.
And it's like the ambiance in the restaurant itself is crazy. It's really nice.
Is that the Garlic is the tree fort one, isn't it?
No, that's right by it.
Okay.
It's like right next to it because I passed that place too because we were like looking for like a spot to go.
Is the Garlic the one you said is like 75% outside?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's crazy. They'll have like a tree.
What happens if it rains?
It was raining. It was raining. They have
on your food?
No, it's like covered. It's like crazy. Like half of it's not half, like a large portion is inside. And then they have like, you'd have to like really see it to like know what I'm talking about. They have like trees and they have like canvas awnings over the tree. And there's enough of a pathway where you can kind of slide through there. And then also, there's like little cuts too, almost like the size of a garage or something. Then they might have just like 2 tables in there. And then there's like a huge tree in the middle, just covered. It was nice.
That's what's up.
Now the food was pretty good. Remember I mentioned the filet mignon meatball that I had? Like it was a meatball, like it was the size of a softball.
Wow.
And filet mignon. It's called the bocce ball.
The other one was better?
The meatballs at Terranova were better.
That's crazy. That's
Like,
dope though.
I guess they were knowing my $50 one for that meatball.
They gave 50 for the meatball?
Yeah, 50.
That's rough,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, and then
Better be a Wagyu meatball.
Nah, filet. That filet mignon.
That's crazy. The filet
Then
magnum.
it came with pasta, and then I got, they had fried green tomatoes with goat cheese and some kind of sauce, and that was really good
I'm
too.
not a big cheese person, especially goat cheese.
I love goat cheese.
Nah, man.
Especially on fried green tomatoes. It's great.
That's dope. Well, that's something we're gonna have to check out when it comes here.
And you
We're
know
gonna do a review.
So this is like almost about like a $200 meal, right? Get to dessert. Ordering the dessert.
A $200 meal for 2 people?
Well, that's including wine too.
I guess.
Well, what are you gonna do? Knock in a bottle of wine?
A whole bottle for just 2
and
in?
plus tip.
Okay.
Yeah, because in a bottle of wine, you're gonna get like 4 glasses of wine, maybe.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
With the windows open.
Yeah, you're getting a little Liddy next door.
Yeah, man. You know, it's FB.
FB. But anywho, so I'm like, are these baked goods fresh from in-house? And he's like, nah, we ordered them.
Whoa, guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the waiter was full. And I was like, damn. That's why today when we went to that little city and had the fresh baked things and the fresh desserts, I was like, that's a big deal, man, because most restaurants, they import their or outsource, however you want to word it. So I feel like that's like kind of low quality, especially when you're serving a nice meal and then you can't even
I agree.
and you cheap out on the dessert.
I agree.
So, but yeah,
That's dope.
and real quick though, Mad Caps. I've been trying to contact you people.
Mm-hmm.
Chrissy B, like, you know, I don't
We're
like.
gonna have our people reach out to your people.
Yeah, I've been trying to reach to these people because I want to make sure.
Who's some people? It's like Chenzo, some people they know or something?
I don't know, man. Like I've tried to contact them.
We're gonna, hey, if you know the Mad Caps, we need you to reach out to them for us.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that we cover that and promote them in Palm Coast too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I like comedy, and I want the comedy club in Palm Coast to do well.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah.
And I think I might go on stage one day if they have like an open mic. I'm gonna get up there and do my thing.
You know, I think I just got to be in more of a state where I really don't give a shit. Like if I have enough, like I said, like if I had like a couple mil and I just really didn't give a shit, I think I would be an effective comedian. But I don't think I'm good enough to just be like, fuck it, and just go do it and think I'll be that later.
I had like a funny joke in my phone, and I want to see if I can find it in these last couple minutes. Just say a couple things just to get them going. Real quick, Dave. Don't keep it dead on the phone.
Okay. So I'll talk about comedy. So yeah, I really wanted to be there for the opening and get some footage of that. Maybe not necessarily like record the whole show, but you know, just a little taste of the experience of going to the club, seeing what it's like, trying to get other people to go, so you know, the more successful in Palm Coast. Because you know, we're all about promoting the businesses of Palm Coast, which comes back to like the guy like kind of commented about the food review thing, saying like, oh, this is how you do it. You know, we're not really, I wouldn't say critiquing places, we're highlighting.
Right.
You know, like
we're going to them, just showing people that they're here.
Yeah, I'm not a professional chef.
Right.
You know,
and neither are you, Bang Tudon, whatever the fuck your name is.
Yeah, put your own photo on your profile.
Right. Little bitch.
Yeah, man.
Damn, I had such a funny joke. Yeah, they are having a party next door.
At this point, like, it's going to be anticlimactic with this amount of build-up. That just kills.
Damn, man, it was so funny, man. Fuck. Man, I have a lot of, like, notes in here. I didn't realize that. Damn. I want to see if I can search jokes in my phone. Oh, search. Joke.
But, you know, so you're a fan of, like, jokes, or you're a fan of situational humor? Or
situational humor.
Where you have to kind of know what they're talking about to catch the punchline. Because I feel like some of the girls that were telling the jokes at that Mad Caps comedy show, like, I feel like some people didn't get the jokes because it went over their head, or they got it after a few seconds, and I like that too, because it, you know, there's a little discriminatory of intelligence. You can see who's got their head on their shoulders in the crowd, by if they catch that right away or not.
Yeah, I can't find it, but it's like, damn, this shit was so funny. Yep.
Well, anyhow.
Damn, man. Can't wait till I find it and tell you guys this joke. It was super funny. But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys coming to check us out, coming to holler at us for a minute. We're going to be back next week sometime, maybe, but, you know, I'm going to Dallas, so we're going to figure it out. But this Flagler Weekly thing is really dope, and we're going to be around for a while. We appreciate you guys checking us out, and like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And peace.
We'll be back.